Hi, how are you? We're gonna try to make something today that if you like Mexican food, you're gonna love. Well, that is if I'm able to make it. So we're gonna make fresh made tortillas. So what you're gonna need is really three things. Water, you're gonna need salt, and you're gonna need corn flour. Now they sell corn flour in pretty much any grocery store now. I think they even sell it in Target, but in local grocery stores. And it's this one. I'm gonna show you the brand, and it's called Maseca. Okay? Right, okay, so we're gonna start, and the first thing that you're gonna do is have warm water. Now this is very important, not hot water, just warm water. And the measurement is approximately 2 cups of maseca, which is the corn flour, plus 1.5 cups of warm water. And I'll show you. This is a little bit of try when you mix it, and I'll teach you exactly what the consistency needs to be, so you can measure the exact amount of water. So let's get started. Okay, so what I did was I put 2 cups of maseca, okay, and, let me just do it this way. 2 cups of maseca and 1.5 cups of warm water, okay? So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put just salt. So do 1, 2, 3 pinches of salt. And now we're gonna mix. So you wanna mix it, and it's gonna start to be a little bit, it's gonna start to stick together. Now, the key here is the masa, or what you're trying to make for the tortillas, it needs to be in a consistency where it does not stick to your fingers. That's the trick. Obviously right now, because I'm mixing it, it's sticking with my fingers, but look, I'm gonna show you how it is right now. Okay, so let's keep going. So this is I did exactly the measure that I told you. It was 2 cups of maseca with 1.5 cups of water. Okay, let's see how it looks. I gotta tell you, if you have never had a fresh made tortilla, you have not had Mexican food yet. It's one of the most delicious things about Mexican food. Okay, so now, do you see how it looks? Okay, so the trick here is if you're able to make this masa and not stick to your fingers. Ready? Okay, it's ready. Okay, so now let's make some tortillas. Okay, so now that you have the masa, and again, remember, the trick to the masa is that you're able to handle without getting any in your hands. That's when you know that it's ready, okay? So you're gonna build little balls, like a little bigger than golf size balls, and you're gonna put them in your tortillero. Now I know that probably many of you don't have one of these wonderful contraptions, so you can use one of these. Probably you have them in your kitchen. So we're gonna make tortillas, and we're gonna make sopes. And I'm gonna show you in another video what to do with the sopes, but it's a wonderful thing to know how to do. So for the tortillas, okay, you want them thin enough that they will cook fast. Again, if you don't have one of these, you would just put like one of those masa balls and just do it like that, right? Okay, so for the tortillas, what you're gonna do, and you can use Ziploc bag, that way it doesn't stick to it, and we're gonna put it here in the comal. This is a regular, pan. You don't need to have a special comal for that, just a regular pan. The trick to the tortilla is it needs to cook 3 times. how long each side. This is where it gets a little tricky, but not super complicated. So I just put that. So in the meantime, I am going to make my sope. Same concept. You put the little ball of masa in the middle. Now the difference is you are going to make this a little bit thicker. Do you see that this is thicker than the tortilla? Perfect. So what you're gonna do is make little edges with this. Ready? And before I do that, I already made the tortilla. I'm gonna flip this one. So this is, it's gonna cook for the second time. Okay, so what you're gonna do is make little edges with the sope and your fingers. Let me twist. This could be also, if you have kids, super fun for the kids too. So what you want to do is make like a little edge and a puddle in the middle. You see how there's like a little edge in the bottom? Okay, and now your sope is ready. And now that your sope is ready, you're gonna turn the tortilla. Okay, now the key to the tortilla, and when you will know that it's cooked, is if it inflates. Look at this beautifulness. So you see how the tortilla inflates? That means that it's perfectly cooked and ready to be taken out of the comal. You don't want it there too long because then it dries. And this is the sope. The sope will not inflate and you don't want it to. So what you want is just to cook it a little bit on one side, and then you want to cook it a little bit on the other side. Now there are many recipes with sopes that what they do is instead of cooking them like this, they fry them, and that is okay. I just maybe choose a little bit healthier sope. So this is how you make tortillas and fresh made sopes from scratch. I'll show you in another video what to do with the sopes because you can do pretty much anything that you want. Enjoy and buen provecho!